You have an essay in your book that I wanted to talk about because I feel like it so taps into what we talk about at TFD. It's an essay that looks at Mad Men and at 50 Shades of Grey as these kind of dual explorations of people who are constantly yearning after more, usually in a consumer / class sense.
Yeah.
And they kind of represent opposite approaches to that. You make the point, which I think is a great point. Another writer I really like talked about that as well. Ashley Ford was recently on the show, that the ultimate sort of sexy thing in 50 Shades of Grey is just that he's extremely fucking rich. And that's the real sort of point of lust. But you also kind of explore how in Mad Men, which is my all-time favorite show, I've seen every episode like 15 times. The point is that like all of Don's yearning for more and getting more leaves him feeling emptier and worse. Mm-hmm. And yet in 50 Shades of Grey, the sort of takeaway is that like getting more is awesome.
Yeah.
And makes you feel great and and makes your relationship better even to a large extent.
Oh, walking into a really nice bathroom in a restaurant with good lighting practically gives you an orgasm.
Right.
In 50 Shades of Grey.
That's sort of the takeaway. And I found that
because she documents every little moment of luxurious service. He stepped up and quietly poured the champagne and stepped back. Thank you, Mrs. Grey, or whatever the hell.
And I found that so interesting because one of the things that we talk about a lot on TFD is the concept of lifestyle inflation and the concept of, because you don't have to be a billionaire in order for you to get slightly better tastes of everything.
Yeah.
And then now the thing that you did yesterday that used to be fantastic is you're like, ugh, could you even believe I ever did that? Do you find in your own life, and you mentioned that you went from having less money to having substantially more of it, that you have been able to combat lifestyle inflation?
Yeah, but the way that I do it is through neglect. I have, just for example, I bought my house in 2000. Well, my first house I bought in like 2003. I had a little bit of inherited money from my dad who died young, when I was 25.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I first bought Apple stock in 97.
Whoa.
Just a little pat on the head. And then I sold it in 2003.
Oh no!
Ooh. And bought a crappy
Isn't
house.
that like the worst time to have sold it?
Yeah.
Wasn't
much.
that during like the jobs exodus?
It wasn't down. It wasn't down. It was up, but it kept going up from there.
Oh man.
A lot. And I remember talking to this. I talked to some kind of investment friend. And I was like, I really just want to hold on to the Apple stock. I just feel like I was just planning on holding it for like 10 years. I just feel like I believe in Apple. I just want to hold on to that. Shouldn't I just hold on to that? And he was like, whatever, you can just buy it back. And I was like, you don't quite understand. Like, once it's gone, I'm not going to be able to buy it back.
Who is this person who told you that?
And it's just a rich person. Like, you can't get advice from
rich
people who have enough money that they're just like, yeah, just buy the stock again. No problem. It's just a bet. Who cares? I was like,
sue that man for malpractice.
I didn't have an extra two dimes to rub together for the next decade, Like, there was no buying back. Plus, it shot up immediately, of course. But by the same token, there's you weigh that against the lifestyle of like, I had my first house. I fixed it up. It was like my full-time project. I loved it. I was able to dump the boyfriend who lived in the house and kick him out, and I still owned the house.
Wow.
It's like it's emotional freedom to own your own property,
Totally.
I had a dog, and that became my partner.
Yeah.
Sort of, like
well,
emotional
hopefully
partner.
not in all ways.
No. I know it sounded not quite right. No, just like, slept in my giant bed with me. Yeah. Like all dogs do. If you're not married, unfortunately, then you get married and your dogs get kicked onto the floor and your life is worse.
My dog has a place of prominence. And it's funny because my husband's, this is like, we gotta have a bell for any time I say this. My husband's 6'4". It is relevant to this anecdote. And we have
you like to bring that in at all times?
Listen. It's not even that I seek it out, but in this case it's relevant because we share a queen bed, which is not that large for two people, especially if one is a gentle giant, and we have a small dog in the bed, but she's 8 pounds. So how do you let's get back to the neglect as a means of avoiding lifestyle inflation. So you just basically like keep a low level of life quality.
Well, okay, so I had this house that I fixed up by myself, and it was pretty, I got it to where it was nice, and I was able to sell it. The market was down. It was like 2010.
Timing has really not been your thing in this story.
Well, I was buying another house, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So that one was also depressed and value.
Yeah, so the other house is worth twice as much now, and it was just barely affordable then. And it was bigger. Like at the time, I had my stepson lived with us, and we had 2 little kids. So we had 2 giant dogs in a like 1,300 square foot little scrappy house. So we moved.
That's enormous. I live in New York. That's a mansion.
Well, yeah. Okay, so yes, it was. I mean, we had a big yard. Actually, it was nice. It was whatever. It was great. But we moved to a public school district that was good for the kids, and I don't know. It just sounds so Karen-y.
What does Karen-y mean?
Karen,
Who's
like
Karen?
I'm like Karen. Okay, Karen. Shut up, Karen.
No, but that's good. That sounds very
good?
like
Karen's not good.
No, but you seem like your decisions seem sound.
Oh, I have made solid, very practical decisions for most of my life. I would say from age 32 till maybe last year, I was making incredibly just solid decisions.
And before that, chaos.
Before that, like drunken chaos.
Nice.
And now I long for drunken chaos again. I'm moving back towards chaos a little bit.
How old are the kids?
My youngest daughter's 10, my older daughter's 13, and my stepson is 23.
All right,
so
well, they're moving into independence,
yeah,
and you can reintroduce a little chaos into your life.
Yes, exactly.
Do spontaneous kind of crazy things.
Part of this is just like making enough money that you actually feel like you can just do what you want to do a little bit.
Yeah.
Within limits.
Speaking of you having a 13-year-old, drop the skincare routine.
Oh. Well, can I just say the dumb thing about my stupid house? About staying down to earth.
Yes.
I always forget to finish the point. I find myself down various tributaries. I have a bathroom that is exactly the same as when I moved into my house. It is bright red. There's like a volcano-y kind of cut mirror that's got rough edges. There's a black toilet in this this is the main bathroom in my house, okay? And so when I walk into this terrible bathroom, I'm like, I know I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not wasting a lot of my money because I still haven't done anything with this shitty bathroom. It's like that's a way of saying, and it's sort of like there are aspects of my environment that remind me that I'm not that bourgeois, right? Yeah. And I feel like that's a grounding thing. Like that's some of my house is kind of nice, and then other things. I don't really believe in having like a hotel-like house, for example. Like every inch of it is perfect.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because that's lifestyle inflation too. I agree. Everyone feels like they have to have, once they have some money, they have to make sure everything is perfectly designed, and recognizing that you have a value, like that you care about how things look is important if you care, and I do care. But also balancing that out with things don't have to be perfect. I mean, my book is a little bit about that.
Yeah,
you don't need to live. You don't always have to. If you really rebel against, oh God, this space is so the lighting's bad in here. Like something's going wrong in your emotional state.
Yeah.
If you can't just exist in an imperfect place or look at a dirty window.
Ooh, I have that though. Like my home is my life. I love my home. I'm very into home. And I hate my bedroom right now. And we've only lived there for 2.5 months. So it's like, who am I that it's already, the rest of it's like exactly the way I want by my bedroom. Every time I walk in there, it like drains my will to live.
My bedroom's kind of shitty too.
Yeah. Actually. But I just feel like in that case, just like pick a long weekend.
Pick a thing, yeah.
And just do it.
Yeah.
But it has to be a concerted, dedicated time that you totally redo the room.
You can't half do it.
No.
You gotta get
because living in any kind of transition is worse than living in a room that's bad. I feel.
A transitional half bad,
Yeah, like it's like one wall's painted, like stuff isn't on the wall yet. It's like leaned up. Anyway.